me to be.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you. Um, like, this is the week where you are attending one of the disaster management programs, and I'm really glad that I've been invited for this. And thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity to talk to a huge number of the uh, educators, I should say, because you are one of the people who are really making a difference. And so I think I need to thank each one of you who are there. This is a short, session of 1 hour, and basically, I'll just run you through some of the main criterias that we need to focus on when it comes to women in disaster management. So let me just take you through this while each one of you are, I don't know if it is making some kind of notes or something like that, but I request each one of you to be alert, because yes, you get to hear so many things about the disasters, and it's not that new for any one of you, but a little bit focus when you are there. I think I'm looking for each one of you to be focusing on it. So let us begin with the objective of this session. Here, mainly I'm just trying to find out if each one of you could understand the critical role of women in disaster management and the risk reduction, how they are getting involved and how they can just make a difference in this. And also, I'll be running you through some of the best practices and the case studies that has happened in India, and also what is your role in, taking care of the future disasters, because you play a major role. Well, uh, sorry, I didn't ask how. Is there anyone who is other than Kannadigas in this class, in this session? Any other states participating other than
Yes, ma'am.
Karnataka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So, sure. I'll just look into that. And so I need to focus on English. So that's the reason why I'm just asking, or else maybe it could have been a Kanglish. Thank you. Okay. So what is, you already have got a brief of what exactly it is about, disaster management. For the last 2 days you have been listening to it. So I'm not going to get into the crux of the disaster management per se, but I would rather take you to the specifics of why women in disaster management, why should women be involved in disaster management. And most of us, we think that it is okay, even without women working in the disaster management sector, they can, we can plan, we can do a lot of things. But why it is important and how it is really needed, required. So let us look into it. uh, as we usually do this, when women are, usually, whenever the disaster happens, we find that, the uh, women are more affected, impacted, or they get into the trouble than the men. If you have seen some of the videos that were happening in after the Wayanad disaster, during the Wayanad disaster, you could see the landslide is happening where the mud, the trees, it's falling down. And I could see, two of them running. It was the son, the man who was running in the front, while he was telling my mother is coming at the back, and he was not really looking at his mother, but he wanted to save himself. Maybe his mother might have said, you run, you go, I'm coming at my, after you. So something like that. But ultimately he reaches the other side, but he doesn't see his mother coming out from that landslide. So this is something that usually we don't find that happening. But you don't find some all such videos. But why this happens, what is that behind the whole thing? Why are we really looking at uh, supporting this women? Why do we need to give more emphasis on telling the women that if disaster happens, what they are supposed to do? Because we hardly see that that doesn't happen, that doesn't come to their mind, that they have to get into all that. So my only request is, it is you who is going to make the change, and nobody else can talk to them about this. Even the authorities, when they come down, it it is difficult for them to really contact them, talk to them, and say you are important. But you have the chance to talk to them and say how they can not only save themselves, but also ask, teach the others around them, and on disaster management. So it's very crucial. Hope each one of you are going to be ambassadors of the program, especially the disaster management. And you need to take it up. You can do it, because that is how you can manage. Again, response and recovery is something that each one of us, we think it is the authority, it is the government, it is some officer who has to come down and do. No, even before the officers reach, even before government reaches, it is you and me who are there teaching the students about the whole thing. They will get to uh, do what is required for the community than the officers and government reaching. So let us try our best how we can do it. So let me also take you through something very uh, nice and beautiful, I should say. This is a small clipping. I don't know if each one of you are able to listen to this. I'm just going to place, it's a small clipping. Hope each of you are going to be attentive. I'll just increase the volume so that. Okay, I hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear now?
No, ma'am.
Sorry, can you hear?
No audio, ma'am.
No audio, ma'am.
Oh my God, what does now? Okay, just watch. Maybe you can see some, wordings also there. Is it audible now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. I have connected to another speaker. I'll again run. Let me see if you can hear. Is it audible? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. So you just watch this and maybe we'll just end up with another few minutes. Sorry. Could you hear anything? Could you make out anything that was valuable from this video? I don't know how many of you could hear. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anybody who could hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Some of you could hear. So, okay. So now let us go through our slides. Quick, maybe about the policy framework that we are supposed to know, because is there a policy? Do you really require a policy out there about, including women? Because earlier, before 2019, that is before the policy that we had, the plan that we had, it was not included that it should be a gender inclusive disaster management plans to be made. And so 2019 stressed upon gender inclusive plans, where gender should it is not only male or somebody else, others to be included. It's also women to be specifically included in the plan making. And while planning, you need to really think how to, you know, um, uh, each step. It's not a single step after disaster what to do. It's not like that. Pre, during, and post, all these to be included during the plans, and how to enhance their capacities to move about. So these are the things maybe might have been left out before 2019 to be included in the plans. So during the over the days, it was emphasized on doing this. Even Prime Minister, during his one of his programs, that 10-point agenda that was there on disaster risk reduction, he emphasized that women should be a part of it. So these are very much important. And even national policy on disaster management now has taken up every made certain pockets where you can include women in that. And also we are looking at some of the mechanisms, institutional mechanisms, where at the national level you also have this NDMA, which also looks at including women in the plans. Even at maybe you some of you might be also a part of the state or district disaster management authorities. If you are, or if you are not, maybe you can also approach, if you have the inclination, if you want to get into some of these things. Maybe I request you to talk to people in the state level, even the district level. You also have at the district level, get into those management authorities. And especially if your area is like risk prone area, you should volunteer. And especially like that Mangaluru belt and Kerala, maybe now flood wherever you find it might flood. So you are the best teachers to educate to your students. It's not only students, even the parent teacher meeting, you have give a small 10 minutes lecture on disaster risk reduction and taking care of themselves and their belongings, so that they are aware of it. And also you find that there are some community based preparedness that is also happening, where Apad Mitra's scheme is also something that is very much in go, where you can also find there are many community, especially the women volunteers are entering into it, so that they can get trained, and they also get to know how to it's not only the trauma and all that care that we are looking at when it comes to women's involvement. It is also about skill building. It is said that after disaster, it is the best time these volunteers can change the mindsets of people in that community. Maybe they were a typical artisan kind of a thing or something like that, and they will shift their trade. Maybe they will move on to something else, during that period. Disasters cause people to move out, move on, change their living style and all. So this is something that maybe you can think on. you know Especially these days, if you find tourism is something that is taking everyone looks at tourism, and revolving the tourism is something like getting maybe the food habits and all that, travel, food, stay, all that is happening. But the problem is, you're really not looking at why the tourism is blossoming, and why people are leaving their earlier whatever engagements, and coming to getting into some small hotels, or some small shop kind of a thing. So maybe you need to tell them, it is, go back to your agriculture, go back to your some traditional work that they are supposed to do, other than tourism. uh, but it is really not that you can't move people from tourism. But I'm just telling you, during this like, if you have heard about our Madikeri landslide, every time you enter into Madikeri, people are vigilant. They would look for any cars stopping on the road and eating something and throwing something out there. You can hardly find anybody entering into Kodagu and throwing some plastics on the road, because those people, they will come after you, uh, keeping the number, remembering the number plate, and they would just tell you, take this back. So this is how they have started. But it is not true with other areas. And in spite of all that, you could find that there is a landslide happening, and something like that. So we need to take care of our area, our environment, our water. We are these days we feel that okay, it is somebody else's work. We are supposed to have only the income economy that we are talking about. And even the social aspects we have forgotten. We have the cultural, social, traditional, we leave them behind, and we just want to march forward. But that's not all. Well, about the SHGs, self-help groups are really working well, when it comes to taking care of their community. And this has happened time and again. After maybe in the 20s, we can see all these groups coming up. But only thing is, maybe no disaster means they just forget. But it is better they also take care of all that. And also we are looking at how to make them leaders in taking up all these roles. And so this is yet another thing that maybe we need to emphasize on leadership roles when it comes to disaster management, because they will expect somebody to come and give them that great idea, how to go about, how to what to do. And but unless you are the leader and you decide what to do immediately during the disasters, it doesn't work. So um, sometimes during the accidents, road accidents and all, you find people telling, yo, that is not my I'm not going to get into that headache. Even if the person dies on the road, I'm not going to do anything. So it is the leadership that says, no, this is what I need to do, and I need to really back the person who's on the street, who really requires medical attention. So let us make our students also ready for this. So the preparedness is not only for a particular sector of people, but it's for everyone. And when it comes to gender sensitive measures that we are looking at, we have to see what is that, how far we can enhance this sensitivity, gender sensitivity. I am really surprised when when I see some of the clippings, because I have never gone to a disaster hit place, but I have heard some teams going there, and they give me the feedback. That is when I feel that we are not really sensitive. We are not really looking at how to cope up with this, especially when it comes to the camps, the relief camps that we have. The male, there would be a camp for where male and female are there in the same camp, and we find that they feel that, okay, that's okay. What is so special? After disaster, this is the only area that you have. Maybe a school building where uh, all the ladies would have been getting a room, and all the males might be getting another room. But it's frequent to see male entering into a female hall, and talking to something, or somebody taking some things that is required from that place. There, maybe their members are there in that place, but the problem is there is one more person who is in the same room, who is not in a position to really you know uh, face that person. Maybe she is undressing, maybe she is not feeling so good at that point of time. Maybe there are so many things that you cannot just speak of, and all these are things that has come up from so many perspectives that has happened. So I request each one of you to tell people how important it is to give some space for these people. And unless you give space, it is not easy. And let us not encroach that little freedom during the disasters that is given to that female, to be encroached by somebody. And I request each one of you, maybe you might be a part of, might get into this relief camps one day or the other, but uh, be sensitive. Tell the authorities. There should be some some screen, some place to change. Even toilets, my god, it is something that I have always felt that they are not so sensitive even to think that they require some area where it should be demarcated between male and female. And every male that enters into that camp may not be so sensitive towards other females. They look for only their wife, their children, daughters, mother, and that's it. But they are not so sensitive that others don't like their presence in that place. So I don't know how far I'm able to uh, tell you or explain to you, but these are some of the strange secrets that we never get to know. At the same time, uh, there are things like you know uh, like the video, in the video we were looking at gender based violence. The violence happens in it's a rampant thing that happens during disasters. And gender-based violence because they are not used to certain things, but during the disaster they are supposed to be in that place and you know um, take all that uh, in themselves. And so that should not happen to the people who have already got that disaster. They are in the disaster, and over that another disaster, that is violence is it should not happen. That's what I want to tell you. I don't know, it is so sensitive. It is, people think that it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, because it is somewhere that pricks every woman. If you have seen anybody going through all that, maybe you need to really say, I'm going to stand by you and take care of you. So I hope you understand the smallest details that I'm trying to push across. Well, empowering the empowerment opportunities that come through during disaster is rampant. And I think it is only you people who can really make people in the disaster know how to and how to do a better work. Okay. Well, women in women as leaders, when we look at, women are leaders. They are leaders, but only thing is, you need to it's like, if you burn some firewood, and you think the fire is gone, it's only the ash on that, but you need to just remove the ash and you will find the kindle out there. So I want you to just blow and see that leadership in the women who are there to come out. It's not only managing the house that they are right now. Today in this world, we find most of the women going out working. They are more than a homemaker. But only thing is, unless you kindle, bring out that amber inside that, uh, you know
ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಮುಗೀತು. ನಿಮ್ನೆ ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಸುತ್ತುವಂದೆ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
Okay, madam, problem solve ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, so we need to find out what is that they have, and how you can bring it out. Unless you as teachers bring out that, the 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 real diamond, the first responders whom you are supposed to prepare. If you can just do that, then you are, in a way, you have done a great job for the country. So I request all of you to take the part and help the first responders, teach what is that their duty is, so that they can come out of that, and tell them that they are also leaders. It's Leaders can be at any level. So you tell them that they are leaders, so they will find their territory, and they will say that in this territory I'm a leader. So that is what we are looking at. And yes, livelihood rebuilders, because women can do a lot. Whenever you find there is a disaster, maybe at home, maybe at on in a community, wherever you find that women are doing a great work where they can, they are the ones who really start working. They are the ones who are doing. Let me mute her. Okay. So let us look at, rebuilding them, giving them a new opportunity. There are opportunities that come up. Only thing is you need to find out and tell them what exactly they are supposed to do. So help them do what they are supposed to do. And they are the change agents. Just because, in a community, these days, maybe you might have also found that there are ashas who are working, uh, uh, Asha Karyakartaru, that we say. Asha and Anganwadi, Asha and Anganwadi teachers are great workers. And everywhere you find, it is only the ladies that we find who are doing this. And so they they are they are the change agent. And if you think that 10th standard Asha worker or a Anganwadi teacher is a change agent for that community, maybe 1,000 households, I think you can do much, much more better work as change agents. And teach these women, tell these women that they are the leaders and they are the ones who can really make a difference. Well, let us look into some of the case studies, and maybe some of the case studies, and especially when it comes to the climate resilience during the farming and all. We find today the women-led climate resilient farming is something catching up, where Kerala, Bihar, and all. There are so many women who are, trained in sustainable agriculture, where they are looking forward for, teaching them how to go about, and they are taught how to, how to uh, sell their produce. They are also taught how to do the agriculture, and all these, because today agriculture is also, one of the component which is directly or indirectly affecting the climate. And so we are looking at how to make it sustainable and how to, take this through for everyone. And so we have almost more than 30,000-40,000 women farmers who have been trained in this, and they are getting a lot of, support from the government. Not only the government, it is also the NGOs who are backing them up. So we need to really teach them how to make a difference when it comes to agriculture, and let them get through this. And the other one that I want to tell you is about the landslide mitigation. And this has happened in Uttarakhand, very well, the Kedarnath Valley, where the landslides happen every year, almost every year. And so, how to take care of it? The fodder banks are something that they have started. It is a women-led initiative that is there, and it is all because of deforestation. And so when this landslide happens, to stop the landslides, women are working, making that the whole area, a fodder bank, where planting the required trees, and even the whatever for animals. It can be fruits and vegetables. It's not vegetables, it's the fruit and trees that bear fruit. are being planted on these areas, and it is also, appreciated by some of the organizations as well. And it all the forestry plants are also been raised in these areas, and so it is huge, and it is started now. Only thing is we need to know how to continue with this. And so maybe we need to give more emphasis for that. Sorry. You might have heard about the Latur and Bhuj earthquake and all. So it's something that we found that, though it happened way back in 2000, before 2000, but the speciality is they rebuilt the whole area. And it was the women mason that we can find in this area, where women were trained how to build a house with, which is which can withstand the earthquake. And women did that. You won't believe, it is almost 3 lakh houses that were built by the women in that area. And they they have done that. And before the earthquake, it was like, women, their houses were having all the big boulders and all, which during the earthquake, most of the people died just because of the stones that fell on them from the house that was built by them. And so this is something that they have earthquake resilient constructions happened in this area. And we also look at a tsunami hit area, where you could see during December, that was in Nagapattinam and all, that happened. And here again, it was on different skills that they were taught. It's not only the fishing and that was there, even tourism was hit there. And most of them were on living on the fishing. But this was here it took a change, and then they had to make a move from that area to maybe weaving, tailoring and all, they started. So that was a drastic change that most of the women had to do from their normal usual work to something else. And they have also, it's not only about the migration that happened after that tsunami that hit that Tamil Nadu, but also there were so many women who changed their trade, and they started working with the organizations that were looking for something better. And there were many people who were looking at again safe housing, all these were the policies involved women, how to go about and make these changes in that area. So maybe we need to relook on our tailored policies that doesn't say that, okay, let us include women. So let us make a conscious effect of including women. And wherever you do whatever you do, and today you can see in colleges and all, you find more women than boys coming up for all the programs. Because I'm one of them who have always seen this, girls coming up, they are shining. One of the program that I was attending in maybe somewhere in Kerala, that I was attending just recently, I could find from anchoring till thank you, everything was done by women. And I asked some of the boys, why you people don't get on the stage? You don't want to get into any of that? So they said, no, they are more capable. Girls are more capable than what we are. So we just don't get into that. So it is not about, again, it should not be the role reversal where, only the girls come in and not boys. So if you have a co-ed in your place and you find all the women out there, and the boys, please see that they participate equally. Uh, Give the chance for everyone. Let them also. It is something like you are training them, asking them to do something better. And also here I would like to tell you something, that it's not only education. We always look at education, the modules that we teach in the class, the portion completion, all that is true, but only thing is, please tell them during the holidays they should go for some skill development. So teachers, we don't do that. Earlier there were so many things that students used to do. Going back home, they would work with their parents and all. But today it is not so. They think that they are doing some degree, some PU education, and they think they are gods and they don't want to do anything. But tell them that you need to learn as many skills as possible during this period, uh, maybe before you complete your masters. Okay, so unless we as teachers, we don't if we don't tell, they don't listen to their parents these days. The students, you just ask the parents, they would say they don't listen to us. You as teachers, you have that power. You can tell them, you can emphasize, you can take stock of what is they are doing. And disasters help everyone to cope up with this. Yeah, well, somebody's writing on my board, so is it getting late? Okay. Okay, so before we hang up, there is one more case study that I would like to share about the vermicomposting that is happening in Bihar. So this is where every women are trained, especially on vermicomposting. And today, every city, every village, every city has this problem of the waste management. And waste management is another cause that is leading to disasters. So if you can tell them what exactly should be done, and this is one of the example, and I have visited one of the schools in Tamil Nadu, where the school children, they were doing vermicomposting in this it was a beautiful thing to see. And the students said, we sell the manure. And that is good. The teachers are teaching some skills even during the school days. So they just collect all the leaves, all the waste, that they have in the tiffin box are also thrown into the same composting place. And finally, before they leave the school, they would just put some mud on that. So all these were done by the students. And every 6 months, they would see that the manure is taken out and sold to the corporation. And so all these were happening. So it is like, you can do some skill building in your premises, in your schools, in your colleges. So unless you start thinking, because it's not only teaching, because we have taught so many things. And believe it or not, your students are more knowledgeable than you and me. Okay. And I'm not telling all this because you are listening to me. I am telling you because I also have gone through all these process. And I want all of you to think that they have more knowledge. Let us encash that. Well, as we close, let me just take you through all these. Um, the the usual challenge that women face are education and training. Yes, as I said, there are so many girls who are attending the colleges, but once the college is over, they think we are done, and they think I'm not going to get into any of that. So tell them, imbibe in them, make them conscious of doing something big and great, and ask them to go ahead using their skills, the education that they have. And decision making powers, tell them you are the you are the powerhouse of decision making. Unless you tell them, they won't do that. I remember one of my friend telling about, her mother, she had lost her dad earlier, and her mother was sick, and um, but the day her father died, everyone came and said, oh, don't cry, don't cry. So my friend said, my mother wanted to cry, but people said don't cry. And she felt that there is something that she wanted her mother to express before her dad's body was disposed or cremated. So she literally stood by her mother and said, don't ever ask my mother to stop crying. So it was like, that doesn't happen. People have come for the funeral, and people are looking, watching what is happening, and all of a sudden this daughter of that man, the dead man, tells everyone, don't ever do this, let my mother have her freedom. So this is decision making. So give that decision making power to everyone, allow them to do that, and let them feel that they are the leaders. And another thing is about the gender based violence that happens. Please see that, uh, uh, go with an open eye, go with an open thought, because we usually come with a veiled thoughts and eyes. We don't want to see what we have seen. We don't want to share what is happening out there. So you be the first person to say, this needs to be stopped. So stop gender-based violence whenever you come across. And the last thing is about the financial and reconstruction programs that has to happen, go on every time, and see that everyone who is hit by the disaster, they are going to come back to that normal situation as early as possible. So these things may need a lot of support, but only thing is, you are the best person who can help everyone to come across, overcome any of that. So as the officers are there around you, because you are one of the members in the society which needs your suggestion, help. So be a person who is in that policy making board, where you can also say that it should be a gender responsive disaster management plan, not a three members sitting, or somebody would make a plan and give it to you and say, implement it. No, you need to make a plan with the community, and you need to tell them it should be gender responsive. Another thing is about including the women every time. It is not only, after a disaster, but even prior to disaster, see that women are included, and see that as many support women need is also granted to them. So as teachers, I request each one of you to educate your students. Tell your students that they need to be prepared. They don't know, we don't know what is happening, but only thing is, give them that preparedness. Ask them to be prepared for any disaster, and invite fire force to your college. Ask them to show it to your students how during disasters they can manage. And it's not only the fire force, you can also invite people from the state disaster management authority also. They can come and give a demonstration in your college. So invite you can invite police, you can invite doctors, and you can make them share what is to be done. So disaster risk reduction is something that every person should do. And so your students are the first persons whom you can expect to stand by. And any drill, anything, any awareness that needs to happen, call them to your college and see that it is done in your college, and see that everyone participates equally in the community. Even holidays, you can plan for some kind of drill in using your students in that area. Maybe if you come from some taluk, some block, you can see that this drill is also going to be maybe it can be a combined drill using the your college students and the fire force together to train the community. So with the key takeaways are some of the case studies that I have discussed here, and also be a part of some of the organizations, the NGOs and all that you have. If you come across some NGOs, please ask your students to be volunteers to be working with them, so that they will get to know what is happening. So holidays should not be spent as holidays, enjoy and come back for the next course. But only thing is, during holidays, they are supposed to go for some voluntary work. Ask them to get involved with some of the programs, so that it's not for the money only, it is more for the skills, and ask them to get into that. So I hope all of you are ready for the call to action. So it's up to you now, and how you want to empower the women in DRR. And especially the livelihood programs, you have many livelihood programs that is coming up. And especially if a person, because I come from Mysore, and so we have so many organizations like JSS is offering, we have RootSet, which is offering so many livelihood programs are there. So you can just find out what is there around you, and ask your students to go join some of the programs, and ensure that you are one of the part of the policy making team, where you can ensure that gender is included, and make it a community driven DRR, so that you can be proud of it. So with this, I'm closing. Any questions that you have? Any questions? No questions? I think I had seen Shobha earlier. Any questions? No questions? Dr. Sureka, you seem to be having a question. Any question from your end?
No, ma'am. It was very nice presentation, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Tandu.
Dr. Dharnesh?
No, ma'am. It's a really nice presentation. It's very good, actually. Really enjoyed it, ma'am. Thank you.
What is the takeaway for you then? Is there anything, any takeaway for you? Anything that you felt?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Shruti.
Shruti, hi.
Yes, there's a lot to take, ma'am, because you mentioned that these days women are coming up with they are very creative and they are taking performance of everything. They are taking part in everything. That is the big takeaway I would like to say, and we will continue to do that, and we will we will not give any room for any others to come and join. We will see that we will take part and we will empower the women, ma'am.
Yeah, Shruti, thanks for telling that. But only thing is, don't empower so much that men are going to be left alone.
No, ma'am, it was nice because when